Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Apologise for being 10 minutes late. I did put in the chat I was going to be late. I put a 5-minute and then I gave another 2 minutes on top of that because when I came in the studio, my system had a major reset, a reboot. So I had to reload all the screens. I was in the extra channel letting you know what was going on and put in the information here in the chat. Anyway, let me unpin that message for the top. That's all now done. I'm here. We're all good. All right. Let me reload that ticker. There we go. Now then, we just had PCE come in. Not that dramatic, really. It wasn't unexpected. We didn't get an unexpected shock. So the markets are up slightly, but we're not down or anything like that. It was as expected. Of course, if we got a lower PCE, then that would have fueled more chance of rate cuts. Now it looks like we're not going to get a rate cut now in September, which means I'll be wrong if it moves back until November. But there you go. Now this benefits the big companies, doesn't benefit the small caps. So we might get a bit of a drop on the bell today. But it wasn't that much. It really wasn't that much at all. There we go. There's the sudden movement. Now the movements. Now it's happening. People are starting to digest it now. So there we go. Let's turn the studio red, unfortunately. It's all part of it. But yeah, it's just starting to kick in now. Let's have a quick listen to what Bloomberg have to say.
We believe the Fed will cut. And 3, we believe that NVIDIA and the AI revolution is such a positive supply shock that it's going to keep on giving and giving and giving. You know, on the 3, I worry most about the economic assumption. And that's why if that economic assumption is tested in the months ahead, then the politics, what's happening around the world, suddenly all these things will capture much more attention in the marketplace than they have so far.
Mohammed, though, we're waking up after a moment where the sitting president had what everyone is calling a disastrous debate. Obama's former campaign manager went on MSNBC and called it DEFCON 1. Alarm bells are ringing. What would be enough between now and November, or potentially what political movement could move the markets between now and November?
Let's have a listen to this.
So this is your world and very much more than mine. I think the market truly believes, despite what they hear from some economists, that when push comes to shove, whether it's President Biden re-elected or whether it's President Trump comes back into the White House, the degrees of freedom is not going to be as much. The degree of freedom, what there will be, it may be on tariffs, but we've seen that both of them actually are very similar in what they end up doing. So the market, I think, senses that despite what the economists are telling them about fiscal policy, tariffs, everything else, that when push comes to shove, these two individuals, when in power, will be relatively similar in economic policies.
Right.
Why? Because we've had 4 years of each.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's going to be, I think the markets are above all of this. Anyway, let's have a quick, John Granfall, good morning to you. So let me make my reactionary video on last night. We don't like to be political on this show, and we're not. I'm not going to give any political views. I can't anyway. I'm a green card holder. I don't have a citizenship. I can't vote, and we're keeping it neutral anyway. But I think it's worth a reaction this morning. So, and we can bring it all into to PCE. All right. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. All right. So we'll put PCE, PCE and election. All right, here we go. Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. Here's my reaction to a very volatile evening. We've just had PCE out, and of course last night was a historic US presidential debate. Now, I'm talking to you as a green card holder who lives in the United States, but I have my home in the UK. I am a green card holder, completely unbiased, completely neutral. Remember, I only own the S&P. I don't pump and dump stocks, and I don't have a political view. I just present the news and how the world see the news as best as I can. I'm completely impartial and unbiased. What we see this morning is the market go down very, very slightly. Two things have just happened. PCE, and we're going to just discuss it and give you the headlines right there. And of course, last night in the US presidential election debate. Let's start first of all with the debate last night. How the rest of the world see it. As an Englishman, I would like to express a view from England and Europe, as I've traveled all around the world, in fact, over 190 countries. I've literally been the whole world, so I've got some experience of people on the ground, their views and opinions towards the United States. So I can give you a little bit of an insight there with real experience, okay? So last night I felt was something that shouldn't have perhaps happened. Whether you are Democrat, whether you are Republican, whether you are for Trump or whether you are for Biden, what happened last night probably shouldn't have happened. It's quite obvious, and it has been to the world for a long time, that President Joe Biden is not in the best of health. There's not really been any debate on that for at least a year. So I'm quite surprised by the overreaction from everybody last night. We've already known this. We've known that he stumbles. We've known that he forgets his words. He's not as sharp as his opponent, Donald Trump, right now. This is not a new thing. So I was quite surprised last night when I was reading and studying both sides of the argument last night, when CNN, which is obviously pro-Democrat, pro-Biden, they were against him. His own people were against him last night. But it surprised me. But there you go. But was it good for the US last night? I don't think it's as bad as everybody wants to make out. It's dramatic TV, I guess. But the thing is, we do not live in the 1600s with Henry VIII, where he could chop your head off, basically a king, a dictator. We don't live like they do in Russia with Putin. This is not a communist state. The president isn't almighty. He can't chop your head off and all the rest of it. Yes, they make executive decisions, but it's not an all-out attack like a king or a king of ancient times and a communist leader of modern times. The President of the United States, pretty much like the Prime Minister of England, is subject to his men and ladies around him. Yes, they write executive orders, but the presidency of the United States is the office, it's the role, it's the flag, it's all the other things, the seal of the United States presidency. It's not one man. If the one man disappears, the system carries on and it doesn't really change. Whichever party you believe in, there are differences, of course, otherwise why would we even bother having elections? But as bad as it was to watch, and it was a bad showing for the United States, I don't think ultimately it's the embarrassment that everybody wants to paint. We all know in Europe and around the world that Joe Biden isn't very well. He's an elderly gentleman. Rightly or wrongly, his policies, you can decide that. I'm not making a judgment on his policies. To be quite honestly, I don't know all the policies. I don't study it that much because I can't vote about it. But as a human being, obviously he's not well. He's not in the best state. However, is this good for the election? I think what's going to happen, and I think I'm going to make a prediction now. I think, and it was very strange to me that it was so early. In the United Kingdom, we have the election all done and dusted in one day, just a couple of weeks lead up. In America, it seems to go on forever, and even the election seems to last forever. However, I think they brought it forward, made it sooner than later to see how he would perform. That's what generally people are saying, and it kind of makes sense. However, it doesn't really make sense because we've known his mental ability for at least a year, so it shouldn't surprise anybody. Really, it's baffling to see this. But the general consensus is that it was brought early so they could see how he performed in a setting like this and then move to replace him. But of course, replacing him isn't as easy as that. He has to resign himself. And we all know that Joe Biden probably won't want to do that. Is it right for the country? I'm not going to decide that because that's for you to decide, the voters of the United States. I'm merely a green card holder in this country and don't have the right to vote. But I think it was a bad showing, but it wasn't a disaster as people try to paint, because at the end of the day, the United States is not one man. It's the whole policy of the country. Whoever wins the election, America's not going to suddenly go in a completely random direction. And if Biden is replaced with another president, another candidate, I don't see major change there. So it was bad. I think it was wrong, really, that he's able to stand. He should be resting. He should be, taking some time. However, just because he can't speak and he forgets things, he might still be a really decent person with decent ideas, and he could still act on those because it's not physically him doing anything, is it? He's sitting in an office and he'll go, yep, I agree to that. No, I won't agree to that. I mean, he can still do that, right? He'll be advised and he'll make decisions. So I don't think it's all out disaster. It just doesn't look very good when the man at the top, arguably the most powerful man in the world, is obviously getting old and frail and so on. What is a concern is, of course, it's a 24-hour job. And as you get older and you have less energy and you start forgetting things, which clearly he's doing, at 3 o'clock in the morning, when the phone goes from Vladimir Putin, you've got to answer that call. You've got to be fresh and on it. So we need someone who can be on it at 3 o'clock in the morning to give a best representation of the United States of America. Is Biden that man right now? Well, according to the Democratic Party, they don't feel so. Now, of course, Donald Trump is reeling in this morning. Obviously, it looks like a slam dunk, looks like he's already won. However, I did spend an hour after the debate fact-checking, looking at all the things Donald Trump said and looking at all the things that Joe Biden said. And both men said some big, whopping, great lies. It amazes me that the most powerful people in the world can just make all-out lies. It just discredits the system, but both did it. To be fair, I counted about 7 lies from Joe Biden and over 30 for Donald Trump. Does the number make a difference? Well, you decide. It depends which lies they were and how big they were. But there were some whopping lies told by Donald Trump, and there were some whopping lies made by. You see, I'm forgetting things. You see, should I not be the president? I shouldn't be the president. I can't anyway. Joe Biden. So there you go. There were some whopping lies. So that's my opinion on the election. Now let's get on to what's important to us here as investors, the economy. I don't think it matters really too much who wins the election. Typically in election years, once we've had the rally, which we've already had, the markets are going to go sideways, which is perfect for me because I'll be paying off my margin, I'll be building up cash. It won't make huge amounts of difference. We know that Donald Trump wants to fire, he wants to fire Jerome Powell. That's likely, but the job will be pretty much done by the time he comes into office anyway, as far as rate cuts and the inflation's coming down. So there you go. But we've seen PCE come in today a little bit hot, not that much. That's why the markets aren't really moving that much. If we go and have a look at it, the USA core PCE price index, the Federal Reserve's preferred gauge to measure underlying inflation, edged higher by 0.1. as expected. Remember, we had a good month last month. So, you get 1 month down a lot more than anticipated. The next month up slightly. Overall, inflation's coming down. It was the softest increase since November. See, you have to remember that as well. The softest increase since November 23, slowing from 0.3 in the 3 prior months period. Again, you see, you get the whole story, and it suddenly doesn't sound so bad. Meanwhile, the headline gauge refrained from increasing for the first time this year. That's good news, all right? On an annual basis, core PCE inflation slowed to 2.6 in May from 2.8 in the previous period. So it's generally good news. But if you're expecting rate cuts, as I still am, in the summer of 24, which is in the middle of September, that's when it suddenly becomes autumn, it's getting less likely. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So there we go. There's the 2 major stories this morning. From my opinion and views with Donald Trump and Joe Biden in the US presidential election. PCE coming in this morning. That's where we are. It's business as usual. I think that Joe Biden will probably be replaced in some way. So, take that for what it is. But there we go. I don't think it's as dramatic as people want to make out. Suddenly everyone's screaming and shouting and it gets all a bit silly, dramatic. I mean, everyone likes a drama. It's very entertaining, but the global markets, the global economy, the world at large, the planet from an environmental point of view doesn't even blink at this. But it is a sad day for the family of Joe Biden. And you might be concerned today if you are a fan of his, or even if you're just a decent US citizen. You don't want to see any president standing on stage looking like that. It's not good. And here we are. Anyway, there's all my thoughts on it. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description, over here and over here, for more information. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Let's have a look. It was no debate, said John Granfort. TJ Mulden, Martin, good morning and hope you're feeling good. Just an update, but Plug did receive the tax credit at the Georgia plant that many speculated they wouldn't. TJ Mulden, that's a good story. Send that in. Links for YouTube. Yes, you are a member. And I will cover that news. That's great news. Thank you very much indeed. Andrew Phillips. I hope Andrew Phillips comes into the show today. Andrew Phillips has just become a member, and I want to upgrade Andrew Phillips in Discord. He wants to be part of that. Keep it neutral. There we go. Martini Racer. I hope I did. Mohammed Aaron is Egyptian. We proud of him. Okay. I agree, Martini. I agree. Keep it neutral. All I'm saying is it didn't help the markets. You killed me with Henry VIII. Executive orders are unconstitutional, said Smoky Fats. They are planning to replace him. Will you be covering the Nikola Walmart deal? The Nikola Walmart deal, will I be covering it? Jacob, amen. You're not a member of my channel, so if you were, you could make requests, but I don't know what that's about. If anybody that is a member wants to send information into Discord, then of course I can cover it. Simon Meadows, Nikola Walmart deal, interesting, as I'm the proud owner of some Nikola shares, so any good news would be great. If one of my researchers, one of my team could find out what's going on there with Nikola and Walmart deal, send it in, links for YouTube, and I will cover it. We've got a lot of people here who care about Nikola. We get asked about it a lot, and I will cover it if someone sends it in. I'm still up 0.3% today, Smoky Fats. Congratulations. The debate was a joke last night. Thank you, Fight Channel. That's right. Morning all. Plug moving nicely. Wadey, send the information in. Good morning, Lucas A. Time for a refreshing cup of tea. The best drink in the known universe. Unfortunately, I have no tea this morning. I was spending time fixing my computer. So I don't have any tea yet, I'm afraid, James. Can't join you. And I want to thank everyone for joining us yesterday on the 3rd anniversary of the show. It was an incredible day. It's now a public video once it's gone out. So it was a members-only event during the live. Yes, I was very, very, very ill last night. I'm still just about feeling it. But yeah, it was a heavy day, but it was a lot of fun. I didn't realize I drank nearly a quarter of a bottle of bourbon. That's a huge amount, especially at 8 o'clock in the morning. Thank you for joining me for the concert. We had like a 4-hour concert of music, and thank you for all the super chats. It was a lot of fun. If you've not yet seen yesterday's show, you can go back and see it. If I show you here past live streams, you will see it there. There is the event, past live streams. It's now a public viewable event. You might want to go and watch. 4.5 hours, look, it was yesterday, and it got wilder and wilder and wilder. It was a great time, and thank you all very much for joining me on that. We are the best family in the world. Yes, we're all here supporting everyone. Hi, James. Mike even called in, walking around his garden showing us snakes. I mean, you know, what more do you want? You don't get this on Netflix. Unfortunately, in election years, stocks get affected. Just go with the flow and stay neutral. Hopefully that's what we did, Martini. Hi, Fight. It's lovely to have you back, by the way. Martini Racer, you may remember Martini Racer, one of our biggest investors in Cedu, and I don't know what the latest is. If he wants to call in, tell us all about it. Would love to get an update on all of that. And he's been a member now for 2 months. Yesterday was fun. It was fun, yes. Good morning, John, Bill, Mike, Stephen Lewandowski, everybody, James 007. I'm into safer pastures until October. Almost always held sold small caps at the all-time highs of 21. Hi, Mr. Bond. You remembered what? I remembered the snake, and yeah. Oh yeah. Just because I had a third of a bottle of bourbon doesn't mean I don't remember anything. I mean, what are you suggesting? What are you suggesting, Martin? It was a great day yesterday. Happy 3rd anniversary. Thank you, Martin, for making it such a great day. It's much appreciated. It was fun. I'm glad you all enjoyed the flavor and the style of it. It was a lot of fun, yes. Andrew Phillips. I'm waiting to see if Andrew Phillips is in the chat today. I want to upgrade him if he comes into the show. Right. So, 27 minutes to go. Let's go. We've got 6 watching in the extra channel. Here's the extra channel. If you've not yet joined us, we're live 12 hours a day on the extra channel behind the scenes. And when we finish the main show, we continue there with the chat behind the scenes, and you can see what's going on. We got a few extra people here. David Hensley, good morning. Did I miss the Bloomberg interview? No. I'm still waiting for the link for it. So you haven't missed it. They are delayed. It should have been out by now. I can't give you the time it was expected. The time because I'm not allowed to tell you exactly. But it has been delayed, and it's been delayed due to Virgin Galactic's pause and their time they're taking to respond. Anyway, pretty crazy. So let's scroll down. Good morning to everybody here on the extra channel. If you could, on the way in, please hit the subscribe button and tap the like button. That would be wonderful. Thank you very much indeed. Just checking the links around the studio. Yep, we're all good. I think we've got something just come in here. Let's give it a second. Now, of course, tonight will be our music concert every Friday. 3,700 watch hours now, Mike. Or we're just touching it. I think we're 3,698 or something like that. So, oh, hello.
Martini Racer donated $20 through a super chat. Let's take a look at TSCO. Martin, I no longer own CDU, only have plays on TSCO, NVDA, AMZN, rig at the moment.
Okay, TSCO. Well, we are doing some reviews today, and that review, even though it's not a play it now review, if anyone's not seen the show, basically all members can have reviews done. We have Members Day when sometimes they're free, a few times a year they're free, but not at the moment. The list has got 7 on it again. Now we've got 8 on the list. So if you do a super chat of $1, you'll be at the bottom of the list of 7. If you do a super chat above $10, you'll go to the top. So Martini Racer goes to the top. I will do it. I think just after the bell. If you do a $100 super chat, which has happened I think twice, then I will do your review immediately, no matter what's happening on the show, unless there's something critical that we are involved in at that moment. I will do it straight away. So, as Martini Racer has done a $20 super chat, his review goes to the top of the list, and I am doing a couple of reviews this morning. So, once we've got the bell opened, I'm going to do that first. So, thank you very much indeed, Martini Racer, for that one. Nice one, Martini. All the money at the moment is going towards fixing my monitor at the back of the studio. I've got a broken monitor. Nice one, Martini. Man, that $200 resistance level with Tesla. Let's have a look. Yes, it doesn't want to go through because it's only worth 110. That's the trouble. It's all very well, Kathy Wood and everybody else saying all kinds of great stuff, but it's only worth 110. People know that now. They're not as prone to just paying any price for this stock. They've seen how it can be affected. There are great things ahead for Tesla, but at the end of the day, you can't just keep overbuying everything with the hope it'll just go up forever and ever. There we go, 199.90. Is it going to break the 200 again? If it keeps... oh, hang on. We have got David Hensley has gifted a Lucasade, has gifted one Lucasade. What's that? Has gifted a gold membership. I didn't know you could do that. Chris Schultz has become a member on the Extra channel. What does that say there? Gifted one extra, gifted Martyn Lucas Investor extra membership. I'm trying to see what, look, it says it here. I'm trying to see what that means. I think he's a gold member. I think David Hensley is a gold member on the Extra channel, and he's gifted a membership. And Chris Schultz as one. So Chris Schultz on the Extra channel, you can now chat in the Extra channel and be part of the community. David Hensley has bought you a membership. Please do thank David for that. That's very, very kind of David. Thank you so much, David. Let me just see what exactly that said there. Yeah, it's not showing it on the other channel. There you go. That's very, very kind of you, David. Very, very nice indeed. Right. Let me get TSCO lined up. We'll do that as soon as the bell goes. So TSCO. Tractor Supply. Is that the one? Tractor Supply. There we go. And we'll line it up here. TSCO. Tractor Supply. Okay. Let's line that up there. This is the one. TSCO, tractor supply. So we're just setting it all up. We'll do this after the bell goes. Right. Okay. Okay. Tractor supply. Just getting all the information up. Is there a dividend for this? TSCO. TSCO. Tractor supply. Yeah. Yes, there is. Let's put TSCO. 100% of our portfolio in that. I'm just setting up all the information now for Martini Racer. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. It's interesting. Okay, we got that. Let's have a look here. We're just setting it all up. We'll do it after the bell. TSCO, tractor supply. TSCO. Okay. Okay. Nice. Got that. Okay. Just lining up everything. Okay, we've got that. We've got that. Now we want tractor supply. Let's get the website up. Tractor supply. All right, there it is. So it's kind of, I never heard of this company before. Interesting. Tractorsupply.com. Is there an investor page? Let's have a scroll to the bottom. It's not always at the top. Let's have a look. Investor relations. There we go. Just getting this ready for Martini's review. June 27th. That's got some latest news here. Okay, great. All right, we are pretty set for it now. We will come back to that after the bell. We're all ready. So thank you very much, Martini Racer, for requesting a review. I have it all ready to go. It's a very interesting one. Where are we now? Martin, you're welcome. The way Nicholas is performing right now, I expect the Walmart deal you were asked to cover is the CEO's visiting a store to buy some socks. Mark Saxby, how much to get a hood review today? How much to get a hood review today? Martini Racer, I'll do 2 reviews then. So you've got to go above $10 to get it done today, because Martini Racer has just done 20, so I'm doing him first. If you go above 10, 11 or upwards, I will do you second. I'll do 2 this morning, no more, unless someone does $100, then obviously I do it straight away. But anyway, if I was last night's moderator, I would have banned both from the show. Yeah, I bet you would. 12 minutes to go. Hi, Martin. Good morning. How are you? Hi, Robbie. Hi, Mike. I really like Roko at these levels. What are your thoughts, Martin? Let me just check with Leah a second. Leah, is everything all right? Have you heard from him yet? Do what? Okay, it's all good. Okay. RVILL, stop playing FFIE rules. I don't understand that at all. Does anyone understand what that comment means? I don't know what that means. Stop playing FFIE rules. I don't think that makes any sense, does it? Could you rephrase that? I don't understand what you're trying to say. Anyway. I'll have a look at FFIE. We don't think there's any value here. There's no value in Faraday at all. A lot of manipulation, a lot of false promises, a bit like Lucid. It's going to go private. The shareholders aren't going to get anything at all. And the stock is collapsed again today. The people that are saying they believe in it obviously don't, because the moment it pops up, they all sell it. We see it over and over again. It's down nearly 10% today. Every time everyone says it's great and they buy it, they dump it straight away. No one believes in it. It's just a bunch of people scalping it in a cult. I mean, that's all it is. We see it over and over again. You look at the balance sheet, the numbers. They're now saying there's a guy in some Saudi king going to buy it. It's going to go private. That's what's going to happen. And everybody who's got shares is just going to get nothing. But, you know, no one seems to care about that. Anyway, Mike, you are fired, as Trump would say. Biden, you are not. If fired, it fired. LOL. Just say it's just saying, says Stephen. Booked gains on Luna, getting back in on the gap. Jeffrey Diamond, congratulations. Lucy is up 50%. David, how are you this morning? Thank you for joining us. 10 minutes to go before the bell goes. And once we've got into the show, we're going to do a review for Martini Racer. Now then, if you are a gold member, your discount expires today from the shop. This is the shop. We've got our 3rd anniversary merchandise, mugs and cups and water bowls, plus all the original merchandise. If you are a gold member, then the discount expires today. So here is the link to the shop. Take advantage of that. You get a discount There you go. I'll put it 3 times so you can see it. There's the shop. Let me pop into, let's have a look. Rumble. We've got some Rumble comments this morning. Let's have a look. Habak. Who cares what Europe thinks? Who cares what Europe thinks? Well, that's a bit silly. Europe's an ally. They're a customer. They're a partner. Who cares what Europe thinks? Well, America does. So does the president. So does everybody else. You might not, but then you don't run the country. So that's who cares what Europe thinks? Well, it's kind of important. It's the second largest economy in the world after the US, and it's a customer of the US. So, it's kind of important. Dude, are you joking? I like you, but I think you're better off leaving the politics out to stay totally away from it, says... Dragon Z, I've been after you for ages. Dragon Z, I've been trying to give you access to Discord because you are a subscriber. Every day I come in and I ask for you, and I've been waiting for you to come in. Are you still here? Are you still in the chat? Are you still here? Because I've been trying to give you access to Discord. You get all the perks and benefits, and I can only do it during a live show, and I've been coming in every day asking for you, never seeing you, and I couldn't do anything about it. So, EC Dragons, if you are here, come in the chat, and I want to upgrade you on Discord. I've been unable to do it. You've got the same benefits as YouTube members because you are a subscriber, and that's the same as being a member on YouTube. So I hope I haven't missed you again. I keep missing you. It's very frustrating. Trying to give some perks to this member, and he comes in and goes. I don't know how to contact him because you can't message anybody on Rumble. There's nothing I can do. Hopefully he'll come back to me. Anyway, 7 minutes to go. Craig, good morning. Morning, Jeffrey. Good morning, John. Hi, Jeffrey. Morning. Martyn, you should have streamed the debate last night. Might have done well. I know, but I wasn't very well last night. I did think about it. Good morning, Martyn. Well, I wish I had done it, but I wasn't feeling well last night, so I'm still not 100% this morning. Morning, Rallo. Morning, guys. How is Martini doing? He might phone in. Hi, Mike. Hi, Jeffrey. Do you think GWAV has a chance? GWAV, I've not had a look at it, so I honestly couldn't tell you. I see Robinhood won the lawsuit, 500 million. Lot of positive news cycle. Smoky Fats, that is. Robinhood is a double from here, 2x from here. We the people should run the country. There you go. That'd be chaos though, wouldn't it? Can you imagine it? That'd be chaos. Anyway. David said should just be a regular membership. It might have been because you're a gold member. Anyway. Thank you, David. Chris Schultz, I'm sure, will be very happy with that. Right, 5 minutes to go. We're going to do a review once we get into the show. Just waiting now, 5 minutes to go. Let's have a quick listening to what Bloomberg are saying. Is there anything new at the moment? Sky News, nothing there. They're talking about the beach and the sun and the hot weather. We don't need that. We know it's hot. No news there. Right, 5 minutes to go. We're watching the markets. Tesla almost 200. I know, we've been covering that this morning. It's bounced off it already and got rejected. As I say, it's not worth more than 110. That's the problem. People are buying the future price. And with today's PCE, we're probably, I still think we'll get rate cuts, but more and more people think we won't, which means the markets will go down, and Tesla need rate cuts. to sell more cars. That's essentially what they need. So I can't see it'll be a major catalyst today. 4.5 minutes to go. Let's have a listen in.
Worse than we realized. Now that a number of analysts downgrading Nike and shares absolutely.
No, nothing there yet. Let me look in links for YouTube. I've got something here. Fight Channel has sent me in Polestar news. Thank you. Once I get the review done, I'll come back to links for YouTube, of course, and try and do that. Thank you very much. Opinion on IMNOEP. I've not reviewed it, so I don't know. I would need to study it and review it. I've not reviewed it. So honestly, I don't have an opinion on it because I haven't studied the balance sheet and looked at it. So I'm sorry about that. Got a new subscriber. Thank you very much. We're just waiting now for the bell. 3 minutes to go. Thank you to those who've been supporting our Discord server. We've got 5 out of 7 boosts. If you are a Discord server, thank you very much indeed for those of you that have supported the server. We're on a level 2, and we've been given 5 out of 7. This improves our server, helps us rank up, provides extra facilities to the users. Thank you, whoever you are. We've got 5 boosts, so thank you very much. We're 2 away from level 3. So thank you if you are a Discord user and you are helping promote the server. Thank you very much indeed. David, what time this year do you think the market will pull back, being its election year? I still think we've got rate cuts in the summer, which will be the end of, middle of September will be the end of summer. Less and less people think so after today's results, but 1 month doesn't change the downward trend. So I still think there's 8% left in the markets this year. Tom Lee and others think there's 20%, including some banks, but banks often make up stories, a bit like Cathie Wood. But I don't think there's a pullback around the corner. I think we're still going to do all right. Hence why I'm in margin, hence why I'm not selling. I wouldn't be selling anyway. Anyway, 2 minutes to go. I'm still shaking my head at Virgin Galactic. No retirement ceremony for Unity 2. History's first FAA commercially licensed spacecraft. It boggles the mind. Yeah, they don't put any effort into marketing at all. I agree. It's terrible. I think Virgin Galactic's whole approach to everything other than their self-indulgency is terrible. And again, because of Virgin Galactic, I hope Bloomberg actually goes Sodom. They're delaying our news on our interview by not responding. They're taking too long to respond. Hence why we are waiting for the moment to announce the Bloomberg interview. Just typical Virgin Galactic. I wasn't complimentary, so let's put it that way. GWAV is almost a strong buy, says Smoky Fats. Here we go, 30 seconds to go. So let's get ready to rock and roll. Time to ring the bell. We're watching the stocks. We'll be doing a review, 15 minutes or so in. Faraday's now down 11%. It's going to go private. That's what's going to happen. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The bell has gone and we are off to the races. Let's see where we go. It's our third year starting today. We are 3 years old yesterday. The overall portfolio is going down. We are selling off today, as you can see. Big drop, still above 100,000. We're not concerned at all. Let's go through our positions this morning. So, the overall markets are selling off at the moment. Virgin Galactic, less likely to get interest rates. This stock can go down and down and down today. Nothing to stop it. Palantir, up slightly. Gold, up. The S&P, that's just showing it's up at the moment. That doesn't make sense. Let me refresh that screen. The chart is out. You know, sometimes the chart can be out. But anyway. Amazon, down today, 0.6. Apple just is up, but going back down today. Next area energy, down 0.96. Enphase, going down today, 1.5. Coca-Cola going down 63.70. Good time to buy Coca-Cola. Good time to buy J&J at $200 stock, 146. Chevron oil up today. Tesla 200. It's broke the 200. It's broke the 200. Psychologically, that's good. If it can push through to 201, then we might have a little 10% rally there today. But it needs to hold it. Oops, it's lost it again. It's up, dear. That's not a good sign. It got rejected again. Nobody wants to pay that much. It's only worth 110, and it's gone back down again. Can't see that pushing up. That's a bigger rejection now. More likely to, oops, going down quickly now. There you go. Rivian, McDonald's going down. Google down. Microsoft flat today. Nvidia up but pulling back. Walmart on the way down. Tilray $1.72. Robinhood up today nearly 1%. Some good news apparently. I've not seen it on links for YouTube yet. IonQ pulling back. Rocket Lab is up 0.83. Plug Power up 3% today. Very nice. Rumble up 1%. Expect them to do well now, of course. Funware down today though. Both stocks are connected. Ascent Solar just down very slightly, but we're over that 10 cents now. Faraday Future all the way straight back down again. We'll cover that in a minute, why that's going back down. Ripple. Yeah, there's Faraday going down nearly 20% now. Tractor, we're going to cover it in a moment. Okay, let me read the comments. Good morning, says Lance Trent. Good morning to you. Good luck. Oh, Ed Nevius. Going to talk to Ed Nevius in a moment. Ed, I have replied to your channel and your direct message. I've not heard back from you yet. We'll talk about Ed Nevius in a moment. MTDR. Let's get ready to rumble. James, I stopped day trading 2 weeks ago. Too much work. Rate cut in July. Washington, D.C. wants us barbecuing and happy. Glad I bought Luna at 369. Buy low. Destiny Tech up. Thank you very much. Please, could you have a look at Roku? It's moving. Robbie Cooper. Robbie, I can look just for 1 second. Let's have a quick look just for a second. ROKU. I can't do a review on it. I've got reviews already booked. Oh, look at that. Yes, up 2.77. Thanks for letting us know. Yes, Roku is up 2.77. It's one I wouldn't buy even if I was buying stocks. Don't like anything like that. I want to know what Hood spent all the billions on getting into the UK, Europe, bringing out the credit card. Is that enough for you? Good morning, our guest on Twitch. Good morning. Hood almost 2 times losses over revenue last quarter. Hood almost 2 times losses over revenue. Really? That's not what I heard on the earnings. I'll go and, if I get a chance, I'll go and have a look at that. Right. So then we've got a review to do in a moment. The market's coming straight back up again. So let's do this first of all. Okay. FFIE, no. Okay. PCE at top. Okay, here we go. FFIE, Faraday Future news today. I was contacted by a lot of investors for Faraday Future saying on your last video, you didn't mention what the news was. You didn't seem to know what the news was. Well, I did know what the news was. However, I like to verify news and understand the news before I report it. I'm not trying to sell videos or get you to subscribe to my channel. I'm just trying to be the most honest person on YouTube and delivering the facts. I'm not here to pump and dump the stock. I just want to present the facts to my members so they have the best information to invest in the stock. So I've taken some time and I've looked at the news and the Faraday news and the exciting Saudi investment and the buyout and all this wonderful stuff. However, the reason why I didn't report on it at the time was my findings were correct. It's not all it seems, and let me explain. A similar thing has been promised over and over again to Lucid. You may remember the disaster of Lucid. Peter Rawlinson, the CEO, is paying himself $500 million a year, one of the highest paid, I think the fourth highest paid CEO in the world. And the company has lost all its money and it's going to go private. And that is exactly what I feel is going to happen with Faraday. So yes, there's lots of excitement behind the scenes about some knight in shining armor, some rich Arab going to come in, Saudi a big investor, and buy the business, and we're all going to make loads of money, or invest in the business, that's the problem. Invest in the business, and we're all going to make money, and we're all going to be rich. However, there's two parts of that story that most people don't seem to understand or really care about, but I did take the time to study it, so I am bringing it to you. This is the reality. The reality is there's no savior coming in and investing big time. What there is lots of noise, and what will happen pretty much like what is happening now with Lucid, the company more than likely will be bought out and it will be driven down in price before that happens again. And your best mate, the Saudi king, or whoever you want to call him, will come in and buy the company outright. And what does that mean for the shareholder? It means you get nothing at all. When a company goes private and gets taken over, the shareholders get wiped out. So that's the first fact you need to be aware of. The second fact is, as you can see, the price is down again today, 22%. So the same investors that keep messaging me, telling me I work for hedge funders, which is ridiculous. I sit here 12 hours a day talking on YouTube. I haven't got time to work for hedge funders, whatever that is. I don't know how you actually work for a hedge funder. There's no such thing. But anyway, I don't do that. I also don't short the stock. I only own the S&P 500. It doesn't matter to me whether it goes up or down. But what we've got here is not only do we have no Saudi prince coming in and saving the company, they'll take it off you for free and you'll end up with nothing, but also the very investors that are saying it's the greatest thing in the world and all the rest of it, and look at it, Martin, we're up today 50%. Well, you're not now, are you? Right? Now, I bet you didn't sell yesterday, and if you did sell yesterday, you've paid massive capital gains tax. You've now got no money to pay the taxes because it's gone back down again. Now what do you do? Right? Do you buy it this level? You're chasing the stock up, you're chasing it down. But take all that to one side. The reality is, all of you who thought it was great and we all need to own it because we're about to be rescued by a Saudi prince riding in on his camel or whatever, the reality is the stock's gone straight back down again. So if you really loved it and it was a really good investment and it's going to go up to $1 and then $5 and wherever you think it's going to go, why have you sold it again? Well, because everyone just, to use a better word, craps on each other. They tell everybody that it's the greatest thing in the world. They send me hundreds and thousands of messages telling me I'm wrong, telling me the news is this, you need to report it. I didn't read the headlines. I waited, I digested it, I read it again last night, looked at the balance sheet, looked at the numbers, looked at the deal, and there is no deal that's going to save you. It's just like Lucid all over again. It's going to go private, and it's not a good investment, and you're all dumping it on each other anyway. So it's got, I'm just trying to bring in the facts. I'm not trying to make enemies or friends or anything at all for that matter. I'm just reporting the news. The news today is Faraday Future has gone right back down again. There's no value here at all, and the deal is not going to save you. It doesn't even exist. Tap the like button, tap the down like button. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Do what you want to do. Let me tell you how the like button works. If you tap the like button, you get to see my news. So at least you know the what's going on. Whether you agree with me or not, that's fine. But it's just the facts. I'm not here to sell anything, right? If you tap the down like button, YouTube will not show you my content anymore. And that's fine. You don't have to watch my content. I don't care. It only earns me a cent per person who watches, and 1,000 people, maybe I earn $10. It doesn't matter to me. But the point is, if you click the down like button, you won't know what's going on. You'll only hear what people tell you they want to hear, what you want to hear, and what you want to hear isn't what's best for you. But that's up to you. All right, and you might want to consider subscribing if you want to be kept up to date with all of this. Anyway, there you go. It's not a good day today. Rates, we've got a bit of a rate cut scare today. Not a major problem, in my opinion. Not if you own good businesses. But if you own Faraday today, it's a very, very bad day, and it's only going to get worse. So there's my opinion. Click above my head, down below in the description, over here and over here. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Let's come out of that now, because that's going nowhere. The S&P is coming straight back up, so we're all good. Thanks for looking. How come you don't like Roku? The sector, not the company. I wouldn't invest in any company that can be replaced. Somebody else can do what Roku does. I mean, easy, right? They a streaming service. I've got my own streaming service, Live Streamer Cafe, anyone can do what you do. You just have money, you buy rights to broadcast content. Yes, I know Netflix make their own content, but that's not essential. You can just stream others. I just think there's too many in the space. Netflix own the space, Amazon, Apple. You don't need thousands of others. When they all finally buy each other out and there's 2 or 3, it'll be so much better. There's so many. I've got DirecTV, I've got YouTube TV, I've got Netflix, I've got BritBox, and I pay and Amazon, did I say Amazon? And I pay all this money for all these different services, and then the thing I want to watch is never included in that service. It's just a racket, and I just refuse to watch it. If it's not in those packages, I just don't watch it. I've been wanting to watch Perfect Storm for the 50th time for ages, and it's not in our package. And I'm not going to pay another $6 to another app. And I just think people are sick of it. People are sick of it, all the different apps. I've invested in Asti. I hope it's a good investment. Chris Rainbow, good luck to you. I hope you do well. Lucy up 82%. Congratulations, David. Luna, good, puts printing for me today. Made 2x on my money. Too bad I only had 65 invested in it. Hey, that doesn't matter. A gain's a gain. It's not about how much you made. Percentages is what it's all about. Rivian bombing. Rivian. You mentioned Rivian, Tesla, Rivian. Up today. When you said, booming. When you said bombing, I thought you were talking about bombing, not booming. Anyway, let's have a look at that. We've got a review to do in a second. Rivian. RIVN. RIVN. What's the time? Okay. The time is 1:04. 1:04. Right. Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. Rivian popped up this morning. It's going straight back down again. Why is it up? Well, I can give you a couple of reasons, and then you decide whether it's the right reason or not. So tap the like button if you appreciate this information. Remember, I'm not in the stock. I only own the S&P 500. I'm not here to pump and dump stock. I'm not even here to tell you what you want to hear till you subscribe to me. I hope you do, but it's not why I'm here to get subscribers. I'm here to deliver the best information I can and go to bed at night knowing I did a good job for my members. Rivian is up today and going back down again. The deal with Volkswagen is good for Volkswagen, not that much for Rivian. They're still losing money. All they got was a cash injection over time, and they're burning through it faster than ever anyway. Why is it up today? Well, because the EV space is going to be up because of this. And I don't think that this is going to last much longer. We've got Tesla up today. It's broken the 200, which it's good. It's finally pushed through. Psychologically, that's great. I actually agree with something that Meet Kevin said. If you don't know, he's got nearly 2 million subscribers. So he's got a fairly good influence in this, and he's a big investor in Tesla. He's just bought Tesla, sees it going up. I think there could be some short-term action here. However, for me, when I value Tesla, looking at what it does and where it is and all the rest of it, it's a $110 stock. Now, I know that's going to upset a lot of people, but we can't price in everything that hasn't yet happened. Anyway, we're not talking about Tesla. We're talking about Rivian. Rivian is a completely different thing. I don't think Rivian is going to be around forever. It loses too much money. I don't think Volkswagen is going to fix its problems. It gave it some money, but of course now it has to give away resources and time. But I think Tesla is without doubt the winner. Tesla is the one to invest in, but it's too expensive for me. You're buying a future price, which is fine. But when Elon Musk said there's going to be 1 billion plus robots, I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. To produce the billion robots seems pretty crazy to me. I don't think everyone's going to want to own a robot. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg. I don't think many people can afford it unless it's going to be like $50, and I'm pretty sure it ain't going to be $50. So I don't think the world's going to be queuing up to buy robots anytime soon. I don't think people can afford it. There are more important things to spend the money on. So Tesla's up today, and it's taking Rivian with it, and Rivian's just being sold again. I don't think Rivian has a great future, to be honest. I love the deal with Amazon. I've seen the trucks. I've been in one. I've met an Amazon driver. They love it. But Rivian just loses too much money every time it sells one. And I don't think the deal with Volkswagen has made them more efficient. It's just given them more money to burn. And I just think they've now got to service and take care of their new partner. I don't know if it's a good thing for Rivian ultimately, and if it was, this investment would have, the stock would have gone up today with Tesla and then stayed up. It's being dumped as fast as it went up. I think this is very much buy the rumor, sell the news. Of course, that's already happened now, but I don't see much. Of course, after the news came out, we had this massive decline. You saw it. It popped up. Everybody went, oh my God, a great deal with Volkswagen. But you look at the deal, it only really benefits Volkswagen. They're not paying out $5 billion straight away. And even if they did, it's not going to fix the problems of them being efficient. They're just not set up to produce vehicles the same way as Tesla. And ever since the deal was announced, it's been coming down. And all we've got today is a slight pop. Now, I'm not concerned about PCE. Rates look like potentially they won't happen this summer. I still believe they will, and the summer is up to mid-September. However, I just don't see a great future, at least for the midterm anyway, for Rivian. I think you could be waiting around for a long time to get your money back out, and it may go down to like $9 before you do. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Click above my head for all the links. I've just done some analysis on it. If you want to go and check out all the numbers as well, the fundamentals and the balance sheet and the profitability, solvency, I'll put that over here, just in this space here, and down here I'll put the playlist for Rivian. There you go. Till next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Right. We're going to do a review now. Let me just go and check on Lear a second. Just bear with me. Just going to check on Lear. We've got the maintenance people here today looking at the air conditioning. Just bear with me. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Thank you for your patience. We've got the delivery, the air conditioning guy here today, so we're having a service done. Anyway, we just did Rivian, didn't we? Markets are going back up again. Great. 100,652. Another all-time high. Yay. Love it. It's a wonderful feeling. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So let's do our review. So our review is... here we go. Tractor Supply. TSCO. TSCO. Asti stream tonight from young Sir Martyn. He will tell us all. Asti stream tonight from young Sir Martyn. Simon Meadows, no, there's no Asti stream tonight. The earnings has been delayed again. Team Fusion, I really want Asti to do well, but I feel as though my money is sat doing nothing. So Volkswagen paid $5 billion for a failing company's research. Asti sucking past 2 days, had a nice morning, but not anymore. I think Tesla price will continue to rise. When you say day traders will have to pay massive gains on my capital gains, 10% tax? No, you'll pay 20%. Well, I don't know what your tax rate is. I've got no idea what your tax rate is, but it's normally 20%. It's normally 20%. Anyway, it's time for a review. So let's do that now. Now then, if you want to be part of this review, we're going to go members only for a few moments as we do the reviews, because you might like to take part in the review. So if you do, that's why I go members only during this part of the show as I make a review. So here we go. We're in members only mode just for a few moments. We're doing another review. So here we go. Got that up, got that up. Got some news. There's the company. There's the company. Right. Okay. Tractor. Okay, so here we go. Time for another stock review. This time we're talking Tractor Supply, ticker symbol TSCO. In this review, you're going to see the latest balance sheet, the updates on the financials, how much money they've got, how much money they don't have. We're going to look at the insolvency score, the profitability score, who's buying on the inside, what's going on. We're also going to share with you the dividend. Are they a dividend king, a dividend aristocrat? How much do they pay out in dividends? What about how it compares to the S&P? Latest news around the stock, latest reviews and analysis. What's going on currently? What is Tractor Supply? What do they do? And some latest statements from the company. All of that is coming up in this review. Please note that I only own the S&P 500. I'm not here to pump and dump stock. I'm here simply to share with you the facts for my members, to provide you with the best, most updated information as possible. I only own the S&P. However, we do Meet the CEO series. We've interviewed many CEOs up to now, and there's many more planned for the future. So if you are an investor in Tractor Supply and you would like to see them on our show and you'd like to see them rank on YouTube, I can make all of that happen. Most of our stocks, if you go the ticker symbol plus stock at the end, we rank number 1 or 2 for that, which is great. Another reason why CEOs like coming on my show, because they get to talk directly to the investors in an unscripted, open way, sharing their thoughts and information, whether it be in person or via an online call. All of that we can do. If so, how do we do the CEO series? If you'd like to have your CEO on the company, I never sell my services. I never email anyone and say, hey, come on my show. I don't believe in it. I'm always about underselling and over-delivering. and I don't even sell myself or network myself at all anyway. How it's worked in the past and in the future, how it's working, is you, the investor, email the investor relations, whether directly for the investor relations website, or which is tractorsupply.com, or whether you go directly to the CEO if you know them or know the community or whatever. You email them backwards and forwards, tell them all about the show. You can pass on this video and also invite the CEO video, which tells them all about it. That's below in the description of this video, so go and check that out. And once they correspond back to you and that they're interested, then you can put them in touch with me. My email, of course, is martyn@martynlucas.com. And finally, we can arrange to get them on the show. That'll benefit you, the investor. Right, so without further ado, let's get straight into the stock and see what it is. I've never heard about it until now. I'm doing this live. So it's happening live. I edit these things live. I do them all live. And I'm reading it for the first time as you are. So it's fresh and new. We never know what's going to happen. So tap the like button. If you like this video, if you want to get more people talking about Tractor Supply, and consider subscribing to my channel as well. And when you do subscribe, make sure that you actually tap the like. You do it like this. Let me share with you. If you tap the subscribe button, make sure that you set the bell to all. That way, when you get when an invitation goes out. Oh, hang on a minute, it's not playing. Let me just do that again. Hang on a minute. Let's see what happened there. Let me go to this screen, come back in again. That should play a little video. Let's see if it works this time. It seems to, oh, there we go. There you go. So click on the bell and set it to all. Once you set it to all, then you'll be notified of when I go live and bring out breaking news, and you won't miss anything. All right? Okay, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. So what is Tractor Supply? Shall we have just a look at the basic line chart first of all? And we're going to get much more detail as we go. Looks very nice. Look at that. May remind you of the S&P 500, which we'll look at in a minute, and you can see the comparisons. Let's zoom in here. Tractor Supply engages in the retail sale of farm and ranch products. It operates retail farm and ranch stores and focuses on supplying the lifestyle of needs of recreational farmers and ranchers, as well as tradesmen and small businesses. Okay, so now you know what the basic premise is. The firm operates the retail stores under the names Tractor Supply Company, Orshell Farms, and Home and Pet Sense. Its product categories including equine, livestock, pet, small animal, hardware, truck, towing, and tool, heating, lawn, garden items, power equipment, gifts, and toys, recreational clothing, and footwear, and maintenance products for agricultural and rural use. The company was founded by Charles Schmidt Sr. in 1938, so it has a nice bit of history, and is headquartered in Brentwood, Tennessee. The listed name is TSCO, Tractor Supply Company stock. All right, Harry A. Lawton is the CEO. Love to have you, Harry, on the show. Tell us all about the business in an unscripted, preset chat. Let the customers and the investors know all about you. Very happy to do it. I'm not here to promote you or dump you either. Simply to present your business to the world. I love building great businesses. I love people learning stuff and investing and making money. That's what we're all about. 50,000 employees, Brentwood, Tennessee, founded in 1938. Low risk using margin. So if you're buying it with margin, it's regarded as a low risk investment. 25% is the lowest. Market cap, 28 billion. So it's a reasonable sized company, which means even though we might rank for it on YouTube, we're not going to be able to move the direction of the stock. So don't look out for that. When we have a stock under $1 million, a very small company, then we can actually move it on a bullish review. But if I say that this is the greatest stock in the world, it's not probably going to move. 28 billion, not that's my intention anyway, but just for entertainment purposes, it's not going to happen. Price earnings ratio, 26 times. Well, we'll find out in a minute how that compares to others in the space. 1.59 is the dividend. So you've got a dividend here, average volume 1.5 million, and the volume today is 1.74, which is it's quite a stable stock. It's not traded too much. People buy it and hold it for the dividend. Let's see how that dividend compares. And is it a dividend king or not? We'll find out shortly. High today 274, low today 269, 52-week high 290, and 52-week low 185. So you can see we've had some real growth over the last 12 months. Right, we've got some news. We'll come on to the news in a moment. Morningstar give some analysis. I don't use this. They are paid to say these things. I'm not. No one sponsors me to pay to make video from the company to make these videos. I've been asked to do it by a member, but that's it, not by the company. So I'm not biased in any way. Buy rating 48%, hold 39%. No one's really selling it, just 12%. What the bulls are saying, with a distribution network continuing to evolve, Tractor Supply should be able to leverage logistics expenses better, leading to improving distribution costs. That was out in May. The bears, however, free cash flow could be tempered in the near term as the firm increases its capital expenditures to roll out the Project Fusion and side lot initiatives, expand the store footprint, and build out the business. So obviously they're spending money investing, so that's concerning the bears. That makes perfect sense. What about fair value? Well, fair value, we'll come on to that in detail shortly. It says here 219, so is it overpriced? We'll have a look at the intrinsic value. Economic moat, what does that mean? That means their margins are good. That means when they sell stuff, they have good margins, so they have a wide economic moat, so they can weather the storm. Uncertainty is medium, and stewardship exemplary. Very, very nice indeed. Going generally sideways. Now, there's nothing wrong with a sideways business. Coca-Cola, for example, just keeps making money, doesn't always have growth spurts, but it's good that the business just keeps doing the business. Sometimes investing can be boring, which is good. I like boring businesses because it means they're well run, well managed. Then there's no hype and drama. We just keep turning up, doing our job, earning money for the shareholders. Essentially, that's why I invest. I don't want the drama. I just want to make money. Shouldn't be too much to ask, should it? Right. So anyway, you can see the earnings is trending up. Expected July the 25th. So next month. Now, if any one of my members gives me a super chat and says, would you cover the earnings? I'll get up early, or in this case, I'll get up early because it's pre-market, and I'll cover it for you, and we can learn even more about the business. Expecting a nice bounce. That would be good. Perhaps a good time to buy it. Perhaps that's why it's already up. Who else owns the stock? This gives us the direction of the stock, gives us an idea of the movement and the volatility. MasterCard, CrowdStrike. I believe they just entered the S&P. I think it's CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike, good. Home Depot, Shopify, Trade Desk, Lowe's. Makes sense. Some good solid companies here, and all in the green today. That's nice, and it gives you a sense of stability in the trading. There's no Mullen, there's no scam stock, there's no FFIE, there's no GameStop, which is great to see. Very, very good indeed. Right, let's go over now to the numbers and let's have a little look. So click the like button if you like this message, and you might even like to subscribe at this point as well. Now, I like you to tap the like button, not for me, but for the little fellas. If you tap the like button, it's like magic. You always make money when you tap the like button. It's a proven fact. It's one of the greatest known feats of investing. When you tap the like button, you always make money. It's amazing. Is it worth risking it? Is it worth not tapping the like just in case? I'm telling you, it's right. You never know, right? Anyway, let's go over, first of all, before we get the numbers, I apologize. Let's look at the business. Well, it does. It looks like a Lowe's. It looks like a DIY shop, if you like, on the website. Nothing remarkable there, really. You can see the products just like any other supplier, really. There you go, the tractor equipment, the lawn equipment, some camping equipment there as well. You get the idea. Nothing spectacular jumps out about the presentation of the website, but, you know, we don't need it to. It does its job. It serves a purpose. We're happy with that. Now, I do have some news just from the company yesterday, so this is good. Now, it is small, so I am going to zoom in a little bit, so I apologize for going backwards and forwards, but there you go. For more than 85 years, Tractor Supply has been focused on one thing: serving life out here. Every day, our 50,000 team members take care of our customers like family. We deeply value our relationships with our customers and the communities we call home. We are passionate about being good neighbors in our hometowns, because without you, we would not be where we are today. It is imperative to us that our customers' hard-earned dollars, sorry about this, it's quite a slow website, are taking care of your team members and the communities we all love. As you supported us, we have millions of dollars in veteran causes, emergency response, animal shelters, state fairs, rodeos, and farmers markets. We have also invested in the future of rural America. We are largest supporter of FFA and have long-standing relationships with the 4-H and other educational organizations. This is just a statement come out from the company. I'll just read this one more bullet points here, and then we'll move on to the numbers. Going forward, we will ensure our activities and giving our activities and giving tied directly to our business. For instance, this means we will no longer submit data to the Human Rights Campaign, refocus our team member engagement groups on mentoring network and supporting the businesses, further focus on rural America priorities, including AG education, animal welfare, veteran causes, and being a good neighbor, and stop sponsoring I apologize for the speed. The website seems quite slow, like unresponsive. Non-businesses activities like pride festivals and voting campaigns. Eliminate DEE roles and retire our current DEE goals while still ensuring a respectful environment. And finally, withdraw our carbon emission goals and focus on our land and water conservation efforts. So there's a statement from the company about a slight change of direction. Okay, now then, we're going to look at the numbers, and then in a moment, I'm going to share with you how it compares to the S&P and how their dividends payouts look. All right, let's now go over to the business and have a look at it itself. All right, let's have a look. Tap the like button if you're enjoying this so far. Now then, intrinsic value says it's overvalued. Like we've said, on the initial look at it, it did seem that way. Looking at the fair value, it does seem overvalued. It does seem overbought right now by 27%. Now, I'm prepared to pay 25% overvalue for a great business, not prepared to pay 27%. There has to be a cutoff point. However, people are buying it. There's also a dividend element here as well. So if you've got a dividend and growth, you've got the best of both worlds. And we're going to look at the growth in a minute and the consistency of the dividends. So is it worth overpaying for a stock that has a good dividend and a good future? Well, you can decide that. Worst case scenario, 43% overbought. Best case, best case, 6%. So it's a bit expensive right now. Scrolling down, revenue is increasing, but steadily. No massive, like I said, there's no big pump plan. There's nothing estimated to suddenly rally. We are increasing. We are making money, which is good. Solid business. But we're not expected to grow too much. But if the dividends are worth it, then maybe, even though we don't have great growth, if we've got a solid dividend payment, maybe it's a good business to be in. How does it perform to the S&P? We'll find out in a minute. Operating income up 1%, steady growth, nothing amazing. Net income up 1%, steady growth. What about financing cash flow? Down 75%. They are spending money. They are investing in their business. Nothing wrong with that initially. Investing cash flow, negative 0.8%. That's a positive. And operating cash flow, which is what we need, is up 18%. That's the number we're looking for. And that's very, very nice. We don't have any estimates of what's next, but that's very good. What about the balance sheet? They got a good balance sheet. 9.6 billion in assets, of which 264 million is in cash. So they're not making huge amounts of money on interest payments, probably just as well. When rates come down, cash isn't the greatest thing you need. Nice to have some cash, but cash doesn't do anything if it just sits there. Big businesses like Apple, for example, they have lots of cash. There's nothing for them to spend much money on at the moment. They're doing well. Their business is working, and their cash is just earning them interest. They're loving it, but we haven't got much cash sitting around here. Our liabilities are pretty close to our assets. We are spending money, 7.4 billion assets. But what I like about this business, only 1.8 is long-term debt. Rates coming down, that'll benefit the business. And 1.8 out of 7.4 is very manageable. So even though we're spending money on the business, it's not through debt. If we look at long-term debt, 23.69. I like that. It's a good balance sheet. Investing in the business without using too much debt, rates coming down, so it'll benefit the debt they do have. It's quite good. They're not sitting around on buckets of cash doing nothing. They've spent it. They're using it. I like it. So far, I like this business. It's expensive, but some things are expensive because people want to buy it ahead of time. Gross margins, 36%. Now, all of these margins, we can't really, they're all good and they're all green and positive, but we don't know how it compares to others. So what we need to do is compare it to other businesses in the sector and see if they compete with other businesses. That's important, right? And I'll give you the links for that in a moment. So gross margin 36%, operating margin 10%, net margin 8%, all green, 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 green. Very nice indeed. Margins, we love it. Efficiency, great. Cash flow, great. So there you go. Profitability, 65%. It's not Apple. It's not going to be. This type of business isn't a software company. Doesn't make 80, 90% profits. So, it's good. 65% is very, very good for this sector, I would have thought. I would have thought that would compare nicely to Lowe's and places like that. So I think that's good. Solvency score, 69%. Very good so far. I like this business. I like this business. It's a good, solid business. Now, worst case scenario, 23% downside. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, 23% downside. I can live with that on a good business because if it does go down, if I was buying this and I allocated $1,000, I would put 500 in, and when it went down 5-10%, I'd spend another couple $100. I would lower my average. That's how I would invest. I don't mind seeing that much downside on a stock like this. I'm okay with it. But on the average, it's a 4% upside. You could make more money perhaps on the S&P, maybe. We'll come to that in a moment. But what about the best side, 25%? If it rises like that, you'll outperform the S&P. We like that. Okay, so far I'm liking it. Now, there's the competition. Dick's, Bath and Body Works, Five Below, a few businesses there you can go and check out. Now, how do you check them out? If you click above my head and down below in the description, you will find the link to martynlucas.com, my website. On there, if you go to martynlucas.com, you'll come to the links page and you'll see this. And here are all my links, my newsletter for birthday cards, Christmas cards, and everything else. These are all my links for everything that I do. But if you scroll down, you will find Alpha Spread. That's what I'm using to value these companies. The most advanced, most real algorithmic software, and all my members can get a free plan of this and a premium plan where it doesn't cost you anything extra, but I get a referral fee of about $15 when you do it one time, and then you get the discount forever, and it'll basically make my membership for free. So that's worth it right there, just that one thing. Anyway, there's Alpha Spread. Go and check that out. And once you check that out, you'll be able to come back to here and you'll be able to do comparisons. You'll be able to go, okay, Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever, you can scroll through and you might go, okay, well, how are they doing in comparison? Or you might just want to go straight to, you might want to go to Lowe's or whatever, and you can see if their comparisons are, good or bad, whatever. Okay, ownership. Who's buying the stock? Well, they sold back here in February, a few months ago. They sold 177,000 worth of shares, or Bart and Kurt did. The overall number is, during the last 12 months, they have not bought any shares and they've sold 37 million. Now, 37 million, looking at the market cap, is a very small amount. All businesses do trim off, not for bad reasons, but for tax reasons. That's not a massive amount. They're not dumping the stock or anything like that. So there's no real concern, but we'd like to see insiders buying, but the stock is expensive at the moment. So there's no buy signal there from them. Right, what about short interest? 8%, no short squeeze coming here, nothing excessive, not enough volume, no short squeeze, but there's always some because the price is expensive. So there could be some downward pressure. Let's have a look. 1 week ago, let me see which is the best one to share with you. I think perhaps this one. Some latest news. Let's have a look.
Prices have been falling pretty substantially, hitting the likes of Deere, but not so much Tractor Supply.
Yeah, Tractor Supply caters to a different customer base than the large-scale agriculture farmers. Certainly, that has some halo effect on the communities that we serve, but we really serve that hobbyist farmer, that so-called kind of gentleman farmer, and then also a new cohort of millennials who have all migrated out into rural America over the last 4 or 5 years and really taken up many of the hobbies that we cater to, that we call life out here. And from our perspective, rural America is thriving, vibrant, and doing incredibly well.
You know, I said the phrase gentleman farmer in our morning meeting, and I think my team thought I was joking, but it's a real thing. I mean, that's a very real category, and it's what you serve. But even said, I mean, it's a tough time for those farmers, maybe not for the gentleman farmer, but even still, the U.S. consumer has been faring with very high inflation, higher price levels than the last few years for quite a time now. And we've seen a trade down across industries. And I'm worried from where I'm wondering, I'm not worried, but are you worried that some of that Tractor Supply customer base could migrate to a Walmart, for example?
You know, our customers continue to be very engaged in our business. In general, they continue to spend and, be very healthy. We cater to a demand-driven business, and so it's animal feed and dog food are, nearly 50% of our business when you look at it holistically. And, those drive footsteps into our stores. We've got market-leading pricing on that. In animal feed, we're 20 to 25% market share in the United States. And, our customers own land, they own their homes, they have animals, they have pets. They have a tendency to not overspend in good times and typically not underspend in bad times. They stay very conservative and just kind of paced in their approach to life. And, we reported our Q1 results and had a positive 1.1% comp. And, our business continues to perform very well.
Well, we've seen time and time again that Americans are happy to spend on their pets, on their animals, and that's certainly benefiting your business. I am curious, though, what your pricing and promotion strategy looks like right now, and have you changed that, of course, heading into the summer months?
We are an everyday low price retailer. We don't promote things like our animal feed, chicken feed, horse feed, cow feed, livestock feed. They're everyday low priced. During the pandemic, we took the opportunity to eliminate virtually all the promotions in our business and stop doing print ad marketing, converted that all to either digital, video, or TV, and haven't reinstated those print ads. So we only have one a year that we do on Black Friday, and by nature, that's reduced our promotional activity. We are seeing a little bit of, particularly in the pet industry, manufacturer-sponsored promotion activity, but for the most part, we've remained EDLP.
Okay, I think that'll do for that. Thank you very much indeed for providing that. Let's scroll down now and look at the sentiment. So the last 90 days, 62%. That's shrunk to 58%. Last 7 days, 20%. But neutral news, just business as usual, nothing bad. So far, this is a great, solid business. Thanks for Martini Racer to bringing it to us. I like it so far. It might be a little expensive, but it is definitely a solid business. Let's now look at how it compares to the S&P and the dividend payouts. So please tap the like button if you like this so far. Don't forget to contact the CEO as an investor or any of the businesses that you invest in. Get them on the show. I'd love to have them here. So consider doing that. Right. Let's now go and look at the dividend payouts. I didn't, at the beginning of the business, the inception date. Let me just go and check the inception date. Whereas it's been around since, we did look at that a few moments ago, 1938. When did it go public? I can only see from 2000. So we have at least 24 years of history. I don't know when it went public before then. But anyway, let's have a look. And let's look at the payouts. 2012, we can go from here. This is as far back as we go. And as you can see, we are a quarterly payout. Yeah. And it's reliable. Yeah. Looking at it, 20 cent, 20, 20, 20, 26, 13, 13. Not a dividend king. Not a dividend aristocrat, hasn't been going out long enough, and it doesn't, not consistently going up. 16, 16, 20, 24, 24, 27. Now we're getting better. In 2015, 16, 27, 31. Come on, let's hope it stays there. 31, 31, 35, 35, 40, 52, 92, 92, 103, 103, 110. Okay, so it's got the characteristics of a dividend king. Once we started off, settled in, we're starting to pay every quarter consistently, going up. I like it. I like this business. You might pay a little bit for it, but nothing wrong with that. So $110 is your dividend payout. What about how it compares finally to the S&P? Well, if you put back in 2015, that's as far back as our chart will go. 2015, if you put in $10,000, you've now got a 3x in the S&P. Very nice. You've got a 4x in this. It's unusual to see a business like this outperform the S&P over a decent period. Now that includes reinvesting the dividends automatically. So you could have improved on that if you'd done it at the dips and you've bought on the dips, but not much. But it's been reinvested anyway. If we show you the S&P, it's the blue line, and Tractor is the green line. So you can see when it opened up, it was ahead of the S&P. Then it dropped in 2016. It really did fall away. But then once it leveled out in 2017, so you'd need to go and check the investor pages to see what caused that real sell-off there. But other than that, it then tracks the S&P pretty much. Now, this is interesting. It had a COVID play. March 2020, it dipped a bit, but not as much as the S&P, but then benefited. Now, I don't normally like stocks that benefited every 3 months, Smoky Fats. It's a quarterly dividend payment. So you've now got a stock which outperformed the S&P for COVID. Now, that normally happens with things like Peloton we saw, Zoom we saw, Carvana, things that are specific to a macro condition like a pandemic, so it may not happen again. I don't like businesses like that traditionally, but it tends to track the S&P, but then got a boost. So what I think happened is it got a promotion. It didn't get a boost because of COVID. It got a promotion. More people decided to shop online with this business and probably thought, well, let's stick with it. Now we like it. So it got a promotion, and then it seems to track the S&P, but then it still climbs away. Look at that. S&P fell there, so did Tractor, but then it rallied away, and now it's accelerating. So this is a really good business. I like it. So let me finish off and do my roundup of this business. So Tractor Supply. It's expensive right now, but it's a great business. This is not an endorsement to buy it. I would love to hear from the CEO. I'd love to have them on the show. So I hope one of you will reach out to the CEO and invite them on. I'd love to hear their story, learn more about this, Harry Lawton. So please do that. They would love to be on the show. I've given it a very bullish review. It is expensive, but it's a solid company. It's a good company. It pays a good dividend. It's consistent. It's got a good balance sheet. It's got a good business. Everything about this is good. Is it the best time to buy it? Maybe. The S&P is expensive right now. I still own it. I'm not selling it. I'm holding it. So if I had $1,000 and I wanted to buy an individual company, I'd probably put 500 in, keep a couple $100 ready to buy a 5% drop, perhaps, on the stock, and then I'd just go all in and leave it. It looks like I can just leave my money, park it, let it grow, and achieve a dividend. I like it. So I'm giving it a considered buy. There you go. What do you think of that? If you leave me a comments below, I will reply to all of my members. I see all the comments, but I take the time to reply to all of my members. Click above my head for all the links. Down below in the description, you'll find Alpha Spread. Check it out. As a member, you might as well go and get that. It's free, or you can get a premium plan. Everybody else who's not a member, go and check it out. Get involved with Alpha Spread. It's a really good tool. I use it all the time. Click up over here for all my stocks. I've reviewed over nearly 200 companies now, and over there. And down here, we have Meet the CEO series, all the CEOs that have been on our show. So there you go. Thank you, Martini Racer, for asking me to cover that. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. There you go. Give me just a moment. I want to check with Leah about the air conditioning. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Just talking to the air conditioning man who's visiting today. All right, so let's have a look. Right. Good company. I'm just concerned that the 3-week boycott on Tractor Supply has any effect on Q2 earnings. Placing puts this week netted me about 10 grand for the whole week. See, I just wouldn't buy options. I would look at this as a business to own. I don't think I would be, I don't do options. I don't do shorts. I don't do any contracts. I just buy the business and hold it. But good company. I'm just concerned the 3-week boycott on Tractor Supply. Obviously, no, I didn't see that. I wasn't aware of that. What was the boycott for? That's where links for YouTube is really handy when people send in stuff like that, which can be important. I didn't see that. Anyway, I didn't read about that. Faraday Future, let me just look at that. That's gone back down. Tesla, that Tesla sold right off again. Anyone who bought Tesla and sold it, I think you did the right thing. Too expensive. So, that's good. Let me close down that page. Got a few pages just to shut down. So back test, customized data. There we go. I'm just getting back to where I was. Now then, we didn't get another super chat for another review, so we're going to end the show there so I can put this video out. A quick look at the crypto bubbles today. As you know, I sold all my Bitcoin. I'm completely out. There's no real point being in there right now. The company went woke and got exposed 3 weeks ago. That's what they were talking about. The statement. They don't want to be doing anything with Pride anymore. Okay. I think that'll be short-lived. I don't think. No, that I understand what you're saying. That really damaged. Was it Budweiser? I think it was. Didn't do them any good. I think I wouldn't be worried about that. Target, they got over their nonsense. Yeah. I wouldn't be too concerned about that, I don't think. The stock price hasn't seemed to have been affected that much, has it? Ascent Solar up again today. Very nice indeed. Okay, we don't have any more super chats for reviews. I'm going to take a break now and put out these videos. Rivian and Tractor. TSCO at end. There we go. The facility allows for production credit up to 3 kilograms for clean hydrogen. TJ Malden, I didn't get any super chats for another review. I didn't get anyone send me links for YouTube, so I'm unable to do anything else. So did you know ASTI has a reverse split? Yes. Oh, yes, you can see that from the stock price. That's not hard to see. If you look at the stock price, you can see that, because if you look over here, the stock was the stock was 248 billion 600 million. So yeah, we can see that ASTI is split lots of times. You can tell that by looking at the chart, right? 248 billion 600 million That's how expensive the share was. Yes, that's clearly how you can see that. Anyway, another great day. No surprise, overreaction this morning. Another all-time high. Let's have a look. Another all-time high. Are you ready? Let's have a look at it. Another all-time high today. As you can see, I've broken another all-time. We're breaking all-time highs nearly every day, which is great. 75,000, 25,000, $100,842. That's another all-time high. What a great way to start our third year on the show. Absolutely great. And there's a $400 dividend payment about to come in the next couple of weeks. So that's very exciting as well. TJ Molden can't share the link for some reason. The sell-off and manipulation are astounding. I think shorts will be shook Q3, Q4. I agree with you on. We're talking about plug. I agree. I always Google reverse splits before I buy a stock. Very, very wise. Very, very wise. It doesn't normally end well for companies that reverse split. I don't like it. Shows weakness. But sometimes you have to, though. It's not an all out. You know, if you do it, you are doomed, and there's no coming back. But it's always a difficult one. What else should we look at before I go? I'm going to go and take a break, and I'll see you back shortly for the closing bell. Plug is going back down. Martyn, what is your new aim or goal portfolio price price to reach by the 4th year anniversary? Well, you know my goal in 6 years is to get to $1 million. Where do I realistically believe I can be within 12 months? 12 months from here. Well, let me just do a quick calculation in my head. I think I would like to set a target within 12 months of $150,000. I think $150,000. Oh, look at that. I can't believe it. Stephen Lewandowski said exactly the same thing. 150,000. Yeah. With my growth on YouTube, the growth that I've got, the dividends that I've got, 20% over the next 12 months, 25% over the next 12 months, 125. I think $150,000 this time next year. Does anyone agree with that? Not sure why this would be a good company anymore. Then they're experts are diluting shares, and apparently not anything more. It just stays sideways at 10. Upsetting hearing it now after buying 100 grand. 100,000? You bought 100,000 shares? Did you just say? But hang on a minute. So God made a farmer. Upsetting hearing it now after buying 100,000. Hang on a minute. If you bought 100,000 shares of So God Made a Farmer, was you not aware of the splits? You should be aware of the splits. And it's kind of, you can't buy any stock. You can't buy one single share of anything unless you know the business. And you've only got to look at the basic line chart to see that they've reverse split many, many times. You can see that. So there it is. That's how you know. The stock was never 248 billion $600 million a share. Obviously, right? Obviously, it was never that much. So we know they've reverse split many times. And if you look at the investor pages, if you're really going to be an investor, you would have seen the filings. You just got to go and look at the SEC filings. So let me just do a little calculation then. You're saying to me that you have bought 100,000 shares, right? So let's say best case scenario, I don't know when you bought them, but let's say best case scenario, 10 cents times 100,000. So you got 10 grand. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought actually. It's $10,000, isn't it? It's not that much. Well, it's a lot of money, but and maybe you bought it higher. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, maybe you did. I don't know how much money you spent, but if you bought it at this level, you got 10 grand. So again, I don't know what your, what your situation is, how much you've got invested and everything else. But so it's impossible. If you've only got $10,000, I think you told me the other day, didn't you? Was it like $40,000 you've got invested at the moment? Yeah. What did you pay for the 100,000 shares? Yeah. No, I never heard about the reverse split. Nobody ever mentioned it. Well, the first thing you've got to do, let's break this down. I've got to go anyway. I shouldn't be here. Martyn Eraser, you're very welcome. It'll go out as its own review in a minute. So if you want to promote it, you can, and do a super thanks, and it'll be its own video. If you're going to buy a stock, you've got to do the full research on it. And first of all, when you look at the chart, you can see it's had a reverse split because obviously it was never 248 billion, 600 million for a share. That's obvious, right? Otherwise, it would be the biggest company in the world, right? It'd be about 1 billion times bigger than Apple, right? So we know there's been a reverse split. Now, when you see that, then you go and look at the asti.com, whatever. You look at the investor pages, and you look at all the SEC filings, and all the SEC filings would tell you about how often they reverse split and so on. I do that when I used to buy stocks. I do that in every stock I buy. So, but it doesn't mean to say it's not going to do well, though. It doesn't mean that. It's not a guaranteed thing. Every day is a school day. Yes, my portfolio is 32,000 in the S&P and 10 grand. That's right. I remember you saying now. Had high hopes hearing about its ties to SpaceX. Okay. Always look on the bright side. Make a mistake. At least it wasn't more. Look, you shouldn't react to this. You shouldn't do what I think. You should do what's right for you. All I will say is, in January, I took losses of about $20,000 because the right thing for me was being in the S&P only for the benefit of the channel, benefit of the Meet the CEO series, which I'm concentrating on. And also because I earn money on YouTube, this is my job. I want to protect my money. I don't want to lose any money. And I want consistent growth. And I can do this job until I'm 90. So I've got 40 years. I don't need to retire. I can do this job forever, right? It might be a little bit less than it is today, but I can do it. So for me, I just wanted to get out of the stocks and into the S&P. It was the right thing to do. So it might be the right thing to do for you to go, do you know what? I'm done with it. I'm just going to sell this and I'm done and I'm happy and I'm going to buy the S&P and sod it. Or not. It's entirely up to you. But don't take a don't take a knee-jerk reaction from finding out about the reverse split. That's not the end of the story. It's not good. Yes, you should have known. I'm not going to pull punches. You should have known. But does that make it a bad stock? No, it doesn't. It doesn't make it a bad stock at all. You know. Anyway, let's go from there. David, I would say it's a hold for you right now. I agree. I would say if he's in and he's just because you're down doesn't mean you have to hold. Sometimes it's right to take a loss. There's a bigger picture here, you know. Only so God made a farmer knows his full situation. I bought 236,000 shares of ASTI at 10 cents. I can sell now and make a $1,000 profit. Looking to sell very soon, maybe today. Now, if you don't like the business and you've made a small profit, and don't get me wrong, $1 to me is a profit, $1,000 is a profit, at least you're going to pay minimum tax on that. This is why I sold my Bitcoin when it had made 120%. It didn't make me rich, but it wasn't a massive tax hit on me. And the fact that I've posted a loss last year, I wasn't gonna pay tax on that. That's why I did it. I didn't want a massive gain. I made a gain. I got out. I knew it was going to go down. I wanted as much money as possible in the S&P, which is exactly what I've done. So, I'm happy to do that. You've got to look at the bigger picture. What did you buy it at? And I bought 23,000 shares at 12. I'm waiting for it to come back up. I wish I would have bought at 9. I didn't lose much at all, like a few $100, but I definitely thought ASTI was possibly the big earner. Had to find out about reverse split this morning by reading ASTI's Twitter X comment sections. Okay, I bought 27,000 at 12, but I'm keeping it. All right. So you've not lost much. It doesn't really matter. Well, if you don't like the business, if you now don't like a business that has reverse splitted that many times, you got to do what's right, how you feel. When I buy a business or a stock, an ETF, VU, whatever, I buy it knowing that I can keep it forever, knowing I've never got to sell it. I'm not stressed. I'm not worried. I'm not bothered. I own it. I own great businesses. That's what I buy. If you don't feel that and you think, you can see, you'll always make more money if you stop losing money, right? It's all very well saying, if I own this stock, I can make 300%, 400%, 1,000%. I don't think like that. I don't care about that. What I care about is achieving my goals. For me, it's $1 million in 6 years, 150,000, let's say that, by next year. That's a good achievement. I am very happy consistently growing. It gives me peace of mind. I don't worry. I don't stress. I'm happy. I'm relatively healthy. Need to walk. Mike will tell me off. But I'm happy with that. So I don't want to and I'm not in the massive gains. And I've a lot of experience of this now, that I have realized that if you consistently make money, be it 5, 10%, whatever, in my case, it's about 13%, 13.6%. If you consistently make profit and stop losing money, I think by the end of the day, when you get to where you need the money, you'll have more money at the end of the day if you choose that path rather than make money, lose money, make money, lose money. Because, you might make 300%, then you lose 500%, then you make 1,000%. I just think you make more money when you need it by just making consistent gains all the time and never losing money. And I tell you what, since I started buying the S&P, I love it. Because I get up in the morning, I walk in here. This is my job. This is how I earn my cash, just like all of you. You have a job. There's things that you do. I come in, I do a show, I make a couple of bucks. Today, $20, Martini Racer. I earn $20 after tax, after YouTube commission, $15, whatever, which I'll get paid. I'll get paid for that July the 21st. July the 21st, I will get that $15, which I earned this morning for Martini Racer. I'll buy the S&P, not necessarily straight away. And in 7 years' time, that $15 has become $30. I've beat inflation. My money's gone up. It's compounded. And I'm happy because every day I feel like I'm growing and I'm benefiting and I'm learning and I'm happy with that. And I can live with that rather than I'm up, I'm down, I'm in, I'm out, and all the rest of it. Anyway. Martin, no tax. I bought in on my HSA account. No tax going in or out if on medical expenses. Okay, Steve. Great. Tax harvesting against capital gains in brokerage. Tax harvesting against capital gains in brokerage. Yes, only brokerage. Don't capital gains and all the rest of it don't work on your IRA. No, I'm not upset at you or Paul, just sad because I thought the company was quite clean. Yeah. Well, obviously you can't blame me. I didn't say it hadn't reverse split, and I think I've mentioned it before on previous meetings. So obviously I appreciate you saying that, but yeah, you can't blame me. I'm not your financial advisor. Plus, I'm just giving the facts. You've got to do your own research as well. But yeah. After watching the CEO interview the other day, Asti is a great company. The only one in the market with flexible solar panels. I think we all make money on it. I agree, David. They've got the IP, the patent, UK, USA. They've got the protection. So it's a great product. I think, but a business isn't a product. A business is a business. It's the company. They've got to go out now, manufacture that and produce that and sell that. There's no point saying we've got a great invention and we're sitting here with it. Got to go out and sell it. Can they do that? Well, time will tell. You make me money when you buy and you make me money when you sell. Smoky Fats, what do you mean? Farmer, you haven't really lost the money until you sell. Exactly. A famous incident when Warren Buffett was interviewed, just how do you feel today when you've just lost $120 million? That's like if the markets go down today 10%, I would have lost $10,000. I haven't lost $10,000 at all. I still own those businesses, but people aren't prepared to pay as much for it today as they was yesterday, but they'll pay more tomorrow. Doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. You haven't lost anything, so that's right. I like Warren Buffett and dividends. Remember though, Warren Buffett is not the greatest investor of all time. He's just done the right thing for the longest time. He's old. He doesn't. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that. At what point are you, old? I think 90 something is old. I'm old and I'm 55. So he's just done the right thing. Most of his money was made when he passed 60. Just remember that. Most of Warren Buffett's money was made after he was 60. So he's just lived longer and done the right thing for longer. That's all. It could be 25,000 in 40 years. $1. I think AST is a slow burn over the next few years. I think that's right. That's what we learned from the CEO. God bless Donald Trump and GameStop, Liam. I don't think God really cares about GameStop, really. I'm not being funny. No matter how religious you are, I don't think Yeah. David, I would hold, but if it's reverse split multiple times, I don't foresee it staying at 10 cents. So God made a farmer. Remember, we learned between the lines that there's going to be another reverse split. We learned that between the lines. Remember? Paul Worley couldn't tell us that because it's not public information yet. But I think it was very obvious what their plan is. He made that quite clear, even though he never said it. Very important. There's going to be another reverse split unless the stock goes up above $1. Is that going to happen? Don't see it happening. There'll be another reverse split. Is that good? No. Do you want to get out the stock now? Save all that argy-bargy? By the time, it reverse splits and we had the drama, another couple of months down the line, the S&P is going up another 5%. Depends what your goals are. Who's the best investor of all time? Me. Warren Buffett is regarded as being the greatest investor of all time, but really he's not. He just lived longer. He's made many mistakes, done the same mistakes that many others did at the same time, at the same age. He now owns Coca-Cola and S&P like millions of other people. He's just lived longer. He's being judged by his success by living. That's all. He's a very smart man. Don't get me wrong. But, he'll say himself, you don't need to be a smart man to know how to buy 2 or 3 companies. He doesn't have to know about every company, just a couple of companies. That's all. So you just need to remember that. Warren Buffett is a great investor, but many are just the same. He's just most famous and he's older. That's all. I agree, James. I think that sounds a great idea. I'm 31. I'm doing very well and accelerating. Very nice indeed. David thought that was funny. Yup, sold it all. Oh. Yup, sold it all. All 45,000 in the S&P, like Martin. The S&P doesn't stress me out at all. Flipping heck. He's just sold it. 10 grand's worth. Let's have a look. Has Asti just moved? It doesn't take much to move Asti. Look, Asti's going down. He just sold it. That's down to, look, that's you. That's you. So God made a farmer. Now the question is though, so you just sold it. It's gone down, you've sold it, whatever. That's done, move on. Have you now bought the S&P though? Because a lot of people say that I'm going to buy the S&P. I'm going to wait for a drop. I don't wait for drops at all. I simply am fully invested. I'm using margin, and I use margin. Margin's different. Margin is borrowed money. So when I spend margin, I wait for a macro condition. I don't just buy at an all-time high. I put my own money in at an all-time high. I don't mind buying at an all-time high. I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all because I'm buying at an all-time high because it keeps going up because it's a good business. It's a good ETF. And it's going to be higher in the future. The only question you should ask yourself is not, is it a good price? Is it going to be worth more in the future? That's the only question. The only question is it going to be worth more in the future? And I've got no doubt the S&P is going to be worth more in the future. I haven't bought VU yet. I don't wait for drops either, Martin. I know the S&P will always go up. There you go. So, as you know, over the last week or two, we've been going sideways. Look, the S&P is up, but remember, I'm up because I'm in margin. So, I'm beating the market by the fact, I'm in margin. But over the last week, it's pretty sideways. We've got some sideways action now until this event. So if you want to just earn the cash for a month, I mean, it's not going to earn you much, but you could do that. Where is it? You've got the FOMC minutes next Wednesday, July the 3rd. There'll be volatility there. The minutes do nothing. They mean nothing. But they will take the market down. July the 3rd, a week from now, next Wednesday. They will, because people will go, oh, yeah, we've learned some new stuff. We haven't learned stuff. We heard it in the FOMC report. It's just a rehash. But with the current, PCI today, I think it was PCI. Was it PCI today? CPI, I beg your pardon. CPI, they call. We'll get a little negative tone next Wednesday, and the market will go, oh, we don't like it, and it will drop a couple of percent. Maybe buy it then. But it doesn't matter. A year from now, 2%, it won't make a difference. So it might even rise 2% till Wednesday and then drop back again. I don't think so. I think we're going to go sideways for a while. What's important is the FOMC report, and that is happening on, is it middle of July? So, there might be some volatility on that. There will be some volatility on the minutes. Maybe by the minutes. All right? Liam, there will be a massive crash in large caps when rate cuts are cut and small caps and no, not at all. And if you add up the numbers, that doesn't make any sense. Liam, there'll be a massive crash in large caps when rate cuts are cut and small caps cut and small caps will go up. Right. He's right that large cap, mega caps like the rates high. It puts more pressure on competition and they're making money on cash. He's right. When rates get cut, Apple, Nvidia, they could trim a little bit. But they've got so much more to go, it'll balance itself out over the few weeks and months ahead. So that doesn't really matter. Rate cuts, however, will benefit the small, medium-sized caps in the S&P. That will benefit them because they are vulnerable to those rate decisions, receptive to it. So overall, though, the S&P will go up. I think 8% this year. Tom Lee thinks 20%. Wells Fargo banks, they think 20%. So, it doesn't matter. But yeah, things like Virgin Galactic will benefit from it. Things like Nvidia, there's so much growth. On the next earnings, you're going to hear about the new chips. They're going to make more money anyway. So you're going to go up 10% to come back down 5%. It doesn't matter. Good to know, Martin. Thanks. I will let it sit, making 5.5 then until the FOMC active. I agree. That's what I am doing. That's not what I'm just saying for entertainment purposes. That's what I am doing. Because I'm fully invested. I haven't got any cash, but I've got margin. I am now watching the FOMC minutes because I've reduced my margin now from 28 down to 21. I want to keep buying more. If we get volatility on the minutes and we get a 5-10%, I'm going to buy another 5-10 grand. I'll take it back up to 28 again. Absolutely. Because I'm paying it down. Rates are going to come down. The cost of borrowing is going to get less. So I'll buy a bit more. That's what I'm doing. So what you're saying you're going to do is exactly what I am saying I am going to do. And I will do it. I don't mess around. If I say I'm going to do it, I will. I'm not saying, oh, when it goes down, I'll buy more, and I never do. When it goes down, I will buy it. It needs to go down enough, of course, not just 1%. That's not enough. Can you give wisdom on margin trading? Smoky Fats, I have done a whole... How come I'm still here? Flipping out, I should have been gone hours ago. I've done a whole video for you. Martyn Lucas Investor Margin. If you do this in YouTube, go into YouTube, type Martyn Lucas Investor Margin. And what do you get? You get the war sold, not SPCE. Margin call. There's a video all on margin. Let me search filters, upload date. There you go. I think it's that one. Yeah. There you go. There's a couple of moments here. This is a year ago. I was losing it all. It was Christmas. I got margin called and I was in tears. You literally see me on this, I think this video here, literally in tears. Let me give you that one. Okay. Go and watch that. Okay, there it is. And then there was this one. Margin called on Victory Day. Painful day on the stock market. That was the one I think it may have been this one that I was crying. Actually got in tears. It was horrible. Just starting investing. Didn't know what it was all about. Horrible experience. Let me share that one with you. Okay. There's that one. And the one that I've just done a full review of what margin is all about. This is one of the most important videos I've ever done on my channel. It's a full 34 minutes explanation of margin, how it works, what it's all about. I strongly recommend you go and check out Margin Call. Let me give you that. Share, copy. There you go. Everyone should watch this one. It's a full explanation. Now I end the show. Go and watch it now. There you go. All right? There's some homework for you. I watched a documentary about some trader called Navinda Sararo from London who crashed the markets with this trading guy, with his trading. Guy was making a fortune from his bedroom, high-frequency trading. I've not heard of that, Craig. I received an email to vote my ASTI shares today. Haven't opened the email. Probably a vote on renewing board members, executive pay, and reverse split. Yes, probably will be. Reverse. Craig, I have seen that documentary. Was very interesting. Watch, James. I still don't understand why he got arrested, though. He was just using tactics. Interesting. 1,000 of interest, free margin. 2,000, actually. 2,000. I've got 2,000. I'll show you. Gold. See? 2,000 margin, interest free. Runs out in August 18th, 24. Yeah, I've got 2,000. So, Okay, so it's 2,000 actually. I know not everyone's got that, but some have and some haven't. Right, I've got to go. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. I'm way over time. Let me send you all to the extra channel. Hopefully you'll join me there as I put these videos out for you. Concert tonight, of course. There is the show this morning. Let me give everyone the link. Here we go. There's the link to... You're welcome, Smoky Fats. Very, very welcome. Right, we're all good. I never got to see our guest, on our member, our subscriber on Rumble, EC Dragon Z. I'm trying to upgrade him onto Discord. He's a subscriber, which means he's a member like YouTube. And unfortunately, he's never in the chat. He popped in for like 5 seconds. And unfortunately, I can't get hold of him, which is, I've been trying to do that for months. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm going to get off, put these videos out. Thank you for joining me. The magical call video Martyn made is, the margin call video Martyn made is very good. Thank you very much. Andrew Phillips. Andrew Phillips, I've been waiting for you as well. That was timely, right at the end. Andrew Phillips, are you the one that messaged me saying that you are now a member and you want to get Discord? Because I want to upgrade you. So, Andrew Phillips, you sent me an email or something like that. I forget what it was. You sent me, no, it was a comment. You commented to me and said, my Discord username is Andrew Phillips. It's not. That's not you. Okay? I think I found you, but I just need to confirm that it's you. All right? So, can you confirm to me your Discord username? I'd like to upgrade you and give you all the benefits. Andrew Phillips, I've got an Andrew Phillips here on Discord. I don't know if this is you or not. Andrew Phillips, you told me that was your username. That is your username. Is that you? Is that you? I want to know because you are a member and I can give you the benefits. Are you Andy P913? Is that you? All I need you to do is tell me that's you and I will upgrade you right now. So I'm just waiting for you to say, yes, that's me, and I will upgrade you straight away. So we're just waiting in the chat just for a moment. While we're waiting, just for a second, I've really got to go. I'm hours over time. Andy P913, yes, that's him. Please don't apologize. It's wonderful that you are a member. Don't apologize for that. So I'm going to sort you out now. Okay, just getting this message up that I always use. Okay, here it is. Right. Now I know it's you. Let me just message these couple of people here. People all the time sign up for our Discord. However, you can't see anything unless you are a YouTube member. So I like to message them back and tell them how it works. And most never respond. That's fine, but I just tell them how it works. Oh, I think I just messaged. I just messaged Andrew Phillips. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Charles, just bear with me. I'll come back to you in just a second. I've just got a couple more to do. We're not trying to get the biggest Discord server, but we do want the best. Is Ed Nevius in the chat? Is Ed Nevius in the chat? If you are, I've got to comment to Ed Nevius. Wait, are you human? Yes, I am. Just bear with me, Andrew. I'm about to upgrade you in just a second. Wait, are you human? Yes, I'm human. There can't be many more to do. There we go. Done it. Right. So, Andrew Phillips. And the first thing I do, so there you are. I know you are the same person in the chat in YouTube, so I can give you membership. So I'm going to give you a role of YouTube member. That will remain there, and as long as you are a YouTube member, it flags me to remove it once you're not. So there you are. You have a membership now. Okay. And your name is Andrew Phillips, the same as it is here. So I don't need to change your nickname. You are the same. We are all done. Now, you said in a comment, you sent me a friend request. You have not. Please, if you've got a friend as Martyn Lucas on Discord, delete it. Ban them. You do not have me as a friend. Okay? So, here is my username. Send a friend request to me. Do it now and I'll accept it. MartynLucas. I don't know who you've messaged, but you haven't messaged me, and you may have accepted a friend request from somebody else. Now you are a member, you can now see all of these channels. And the channels are Welcome All. Well, you can welcome all. Breakfast Bar every morning, come in and share your breakfast. Stock news, crypto news, ask the family a question. There's my music channel. Links for YouTube, if you want to send things in. You want to be a researcher, send things in. You want me to cover stocks for you. Links for YouTube. Down the bottom, Sensei Crypto tips and Ed Nevius's trading plans. Down there, he provides that education. So, is Ed Nevius here? I don't think so. I'm going to have to go now anyway. But we are all done. Now, Andrew Phillips, if you send me a friend request, I will accept it and I will reply back with the 2 words, which is always, so everyone knows it's me, all done, as it explains in the membership video. Go and watch that, by the way. All right? But I do not have a friend request from you. So if you've sent a friend request to somebody, you've sent it to somebody who doesn't spell their name correctly. So you must have misspelt it. All right, I've got to go. I'm out of here. That's it from me. Let me clear this interview screen a moment. Let me go back to there. Just a little bit of tidying up. Right. Hey, I see my name, the only green letters there. Am I special? God made a farmer. Yes. Which one is you? God made a farmer. What's your username? I'll explain. Which one is you? God made a farmer. I don't know which one you are. I've no idea because you are a YouTube, you are a Discord subscriber. You've done it that way. So I've never got, we're not friends, we're not connected. I don't know who you are. Gilby or Gilb88. Oh, there you go. That one there. Now, the reason why you are green is because you joined Discord and you joined Discord as a subscriber, not as a YouTube member, as a subscriber, which means you are a premium customer of Discord. Yes, all the premium customers on Discord have are in green. You have a heart of gold. If you comment anywhere, where would you have commented last? There you go. Modern is in green because they are a premium customer and they have a Lucasades heart of gold. You, sir, are supporting the channel. You are supporting the server. We have about 20 premium customers who get extra benefits because they support the Discord server. So that's who you are. But I didn't know. Andrew Phillips, there you go, has sent me a friend request. But you did that on your own. I didn't upgrade you. You did that on your own. So you don't. I've not accepted your. I've not had a friend request from you. So that's why you have that. All done, Andrew Phillips. There you go. But now you've mentioned it's you. I can go to members because I don't know. You did that by yourself. So what I can do now is, so God Made a Farmer, that's you. You are a premium member. You're one of the Lucasades. See that? Look, you have a gold, you have that badge there. I can give you a nickname now, and you can send me a friend request, and I'll accept it. If you send me a friend request, I'll accept it. So here, look. So God Made a Farmer. We now know who you are, and you'll get more engagement because people know who you are. People didn't know who you were. Look. So God Made a Farmer. Oops, Famer. Let's do that again. Change nickname. So more people engage with you now because they know who you are. Without that, people just don't know who you are, right? So God Made a Farmer. There you go. All right. Now, if you send me a friend request, I will accept it. Andrew Phillips, you just replied back. Thank you. You're welcome. So if you send me a friend request, I will accept it because I know who you are now. But you need to do it if you want to have that engagement. People will more likely message you if they know you're one of my friends, and so on and so forth. All right. I've got to end the show, though. If I see the friend request come in, I will accept it. All right, that's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. We are massively over time. Did not intend to be here this long, but I thank you all for your support. Going to send you now to the extra channel. Go and check out the margin video, or you might. I've just posted where we are going now. You might also have missed a few videos. I've just posted, of course, yesterday's party. It's now here. Where is it? Hang on. Home, past live streams. It's now available to general public. Past live streams. There it is. There is yesterday's concert. As we go through, I end up getting very, very tipsy. Tell the truth, I get very drunk actually. So you might want to go and check that out. Oh, I have a friend request, I believe, just come through. Let me go and have a quick look. Yeah. Gilby. God made a farmer. Accept. There you go. Members. Gilby. And all done. All done. So God made a farmer. There you go. All right. All done. Delete. Keep it all tidy. There you go. So yes, you are very special. You're one of the 20 premium members. Right. That's it. Thank you very much indeed. We're all good. You've been upgraded. So God made a farmer. Thank you for all your support and everything else. I'm going to get off. Thank you so much indeed. We're too late to do Day Trader of the Day. I've got to go. See you back this afternoon for the closing bell. And of course, James, what is happening tonight, James? What's happening at 4 p.m. Central Time tonight? what is happening tonight, James, at 4 p.m. Central? What's happening, James? Tell me all about it. See you back in a bit. Until then, as always, join me on the Extra channel, and I will look out for the premieres of TSCO, Rivian, Music Channel Concert. Thank you, James. FFIE and PCE election. See you back in a bit. Take care of yourselves and each other.